Okay. Hello and welcome to the Rest and Rise podcast. I'm Emma,
I'm Zoe.
and we thought that we would just introduce ourselves to you. So we've got a little bit of a Q&A, and we're going to keep it quite quick today because if you're watching this, you can see that Zoe is holding a tiny, tiny baby that is still very new to the world. So as we're all very busy women here, we're going to just knock this out nice and quickly as a way to get to know us
Sorry.
a little bit better. So, Zoe, over to you.
Okay. Am I going with the first
Oh
question?
no. No, okay, I'll go first. Sorry. Right. Oh, this is a good one to start with.
Describe
Describe
yourself.
describe Emma in 3 words. Or are you describing you? Oh no, we've cocked this all up already, haven't we?
It's all right. What? Why don't we do? Let's describe ourselves in 3 words.
Oh God, okay.
Or is
Go on
that
then.
hard?
Go on then, you describe you.
That's actually really hard, isn't it? Um, I would say I'm patient. I am energetic, and oh, the third one is really hard. Patient, energetic, and don't know.
That's a tough one. It's harder to
Hungry,
describe if
hungry most of the
hungry. Yeah.
time.
Well, you're feeding a human, so you're allowed to be.
Hungry most of the time. Um, yeah, what would you say?
For you, I
Yeah,
would, for you, if I'm describing you, I would say really annoyingly cool. Actually, I would. So I'll put that into some context just quickly. So
write that on my gravestone.
from the moment I've met you, you've just been so chilled and cool
Yeah,
to the
maybe quite
point.
relaxed.
Yeah, and actually, even just your vibe and your style, like I'm gonna say this, right? Because some people can't see us, obviously, if they're listening. Your personal style, if I were to wear your clothes, I would look like a lunatic. And on you, it just works
That's
so
really kind.
well. And it is like you just can just like your vibe is really cool. And I often look at your outfits and think, I want to wear that, but it would never work on me. And you always act as though, oh yeah, I just threw it on.
I
And
really
like
have, though. I really
and
have.
that, but that's what's so annoying is you literally have just thrown it on because you have obviously got 3 young children. I've
Yeah.
got a bit more time. So I tend to think about what I'm gonna wear and and but you still look cooler than me. It's
No,
really
actually,
annoying.
that is a good point. Like how I would describe myself. I'm very unmaterialistic.
Yeah,
I really have been on a buying ban since sort of like 2023.
yeah,
And there's nothing more like sort of to take you out of yourself than having three small people depend on you.
yeah,
Like you're always the last person that you think about.
yeah,
And so much so that sometimes you just don't even think about yourself at all.
yeah,
And that's the same with having kids of any age, I guess, but definitely when they're so little and so reliant on you.
yeah.
Um, as I said that, an eye opened and I
Oh,
just go back to sleep.
no, she can make little noises. That's it.
Um, but yes, what would you say about yourself? How would you describe yourself?
Oh, so I would say I think I'm quite driven. So I've been self-employed for over a decade. Well, actually in the business that I do now over a decade, but I've actually been self-employed with a couple of businesses over the years from when my children were young for nearly 20 years now. And with being self-employed, as you know, you've got to make it work. And so I am quite driven and I love learning things. And I think that that's helped as well because so that's not technically one word, is it? Three. I'm trying to describe myself in 3 words.
Yeah, we shouldn't have given
Driven,
ourselves the limit.
driven, studious because I'm a continual student. I like to keep learning things, And I'm a bit of a geek actually. I'm a bit of a nerd. I love Harry Potter. I love Lord of the Rings. I'm like, yeah, I'm a bit geeky.
I would say that having known you for a while now, I think I don't know if you feel this internally, but externally you're quite controlled. You're very calm, and I
Mm.
know that I sometimes see you on a client level as well. So you're obviously um, treating me and it's
Yeah,
realistic and calm and with the aim of making me feel relaxed and well. Um, but you do have a very sort of like controlled, calm presence. Um, I know sometimes probably doesn't feel like that. You probably feel like, oh my God, frantic and got loads to do and whatever. But
it's good that that doesn't show though.
on the, on the whole, it seems like
On the outside.
you've got a grip.
Oh, that's
Um,
brilliant.
during this season of your life, what practices do you take to make yourself feel well and just take care of yourself on the whole?
So this season of my life, for those of people that don't know, so I'm in my mid 40s. My children are older, they are late teens and at the end of education and working. So this season of my life is the opposite to yours in that you've got very young children and a newborn baby. I have got better with age, I have to say. I have a bit more time to devote to myself now, but I know I've talked about this on different platforms before, but I got COVID in 2020 and was quite poorly for a long time after that. And it really made me have to reevaluate how I looked after myself. So the practices that I use now, I practice what I preach. So I'm a sports massage and reflexologist, and every month I go elsewhere to other practitioners and I have a massage and I have reflexology every month. And I do a lot of work on mindset because those times when I was really poorly were really quite dark and miserable. And I did a lot of reading and training on sort of positive mindset and kind of how to look forwards and not backwards. And I put those into practice most days. I do make a list of all the things I'm grateful for every day to try to set myself for a positive start. I love a bath because warm is really good for me. So all of those things, I try, that I tell other people to do really. I do try to do myself.
It's hard though, isn't it? Practice what you preach so much of the time.
Exactly.
But when you're time poor, it can be trickier.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And although I don't have small children anymore, it's just that the type of running around that you do is now different. So I'm picking them up from the pub late at night instead of getting up with them to feed them. Um, how do you recognize when your self-care has slipped, Zoe? Because again, you're sort of the other end of the spectrum with three little ones. So how do you?
I really notice it in my mood. So if I can be quite short tempered, and I know that that's not really me, especially if it is with the kids. I'm like, it's not their fault.
Mm,
It's normally when I'm tired, and then because at the moment my self-care isn't it, I don't have a lot of time to put into it really, so it has to be like really simple things that can just be like threaded into my day. So even if that's just like drinking a glass of warm water before having a cup of coffee, I try and do that every day. Like it takes nothing, but or drinking water, hydrate properly
yeah.
because you feel better for it. Or I try and dry body brush before I get in the shower most days. I'm not spending ages doing it, literally just like a couple of minutes, but I'm like, this is going to make me feel good. This is going to make me feel better because I don't have time to like go in a sauna or,
Yeah.
go for a swim or do a yoga class or go for a run because I have a 4-week-old baby and two
Yeah.
other small ones. Um, so yeah, I mean, it does fall by the wayside, but I think I'm quite glad at recognizing that and pulling it back with really simple
Mm,
techniques. Whether it is like, do you know what? Tonight I'm going to have a 20-minute bath.
yeah.
It doesn't matter what time that is. I'm going to have a 20-minute bath and I'm going to put my salts in and I'm going to listen to a podcast or I'm not going to be on my phone.
Mm,
Like, I'm not going to pick up my phone this morning first thing, because sometimes you do. You know the things that are bad for you, and sometimes you have to do them anyway, or you do them anyway, don't you?
yeah.
Um. So yeah. What are your first telltale signs? Do you?
Well, very similar to you. I get super grumpy.
Yeah.
Like, in fact,
Rude.
I this happened to me last week. I can admit it, I was vile. I was absolutely horrible to everybody. And then I felt guilty about it because that's what you do. And I was like, God, what is going on? And it is a joke in my family. I'm a hangry person. So if I haven't eaten, even if I don't physically feel hungry, I get really snappy. So I was like, right, have I eaten? Yes. And then I realized that because, Christmas was super, super busy. And the things that I just talked about, the treatments that I make sure that I have each month, had been longer than usual because, we had Christmas
Yeah.
and all that stuff. And I was tired. We'd been really sociable. We hosted over Christmas. So I reckon I was tired. I'd probably eaten not such good food over the
Right.
festive season as well. And I hadn't done the things that I know I need to do to look after myself. And so I was like, and that is why you're being a
Yeah.
cow, Emma.
That's it.
And
I think
because I
like
was vile to everybody.
eating a nourishing meal, like
Yeah,
you can, you got to eat, so you might as well make it something good. That's
yeah.
another thing that goes actually if I've not been taking care of myself
Mm,
is my digestion. I notice that I'll get like stomach ache or
yeah,
just not my digestion just doesn't function well.
yeah.
But I really try and pull that back. That kind of leads on nicely to the next question, which is what's your comfort food, favorite comfort food meal? I'm having one
I,
tonight, so I already know. I was like, this is
oh, go on. So you say, because I've got to think.
jacket potato.
Really?
Yeah. That's
So,
my like if I'm feeling like I really have nothing left to give, I'm like
yeah,
jacket potato. It's in the oven. You don't need to think about it.
yeah,
We normally have it with like a vegan chili, or we might do like I mean, beans and cheese if you're hungover. But
yeah.
if you need to like properly look after yourself, we normally do like a vegan chili, or we'll do a fancy tuna,
Mm.
sweet corn, mayo, and put like spring onions and olives and capers.
Oh, look at you. You can tell you've got a
We have
background
it
in
once a week. We have it
cooking,
once a
haven't
week
you?
at least.
Oh, I would do cheese and beans. Everything else sounded like an actual gourmet meal. So controversially, I'm not a massive jack potato fan. Like I'll eat it, it's fine, but it's not my favorite. In fact, I posted something on our Instagram stories the other day for Rest and Rise. For anyone who's not listening, Rest and Rise underscore. Um, I love slow cooker because, during the day I'm working quite often with back-to-back clients, and I like to just throw it in beef stew in the slow cooker with some crusty sourdough bread and a little bit of butter. It's like
I think
lovely.
it's got to
And
be
I'm also
warm.
a big
Our
soup fan
food,
in the winter. I like
warm
I
food.
like a warm soup, quite a
You know,
chunky soup.
that was actually nearly my comfort food. With just a tomato soup,
Yeah,
creamy tomato soup. Love it.
yeah, and donkey bread is like the
Yeah,
best. Yeah,
yeah,
so
some
good.
carb.
Yeah, we should
Um,
ask that question again in the summer because then I'll be like, I do not want a beef stew.
yeah, yeah, it'd be like feta salad.
Yeah.
How much sleep do you get on average a night?
If I don't get 8 hours, I am horrid. And I appreciate you've got three children, and that probably sounds like bliss to you. And I'm sorry for that. If it
I'm
makes you feel
awful.
any better, when I was where you were, my children woke up every hour on the hour until they started school, which is probably now why I need 8 hours. But if I don't get 8 hours, I am nasty.
I've never been a great sleeper. And I'm a real morning person. So like I'm thinking about my morning cup of coffee like already like now,
Mm,
basically. So I don't really lie in, even if I could. I mean, I'm so lucky. My smallest at the moment is sleeping so well. She's waking up once a night,
yeah,
which is amazing because I've just come off the back of my little boy who honestly I'd hear myself speaking and I'd be like, yeah, it was a good night last night. He woke up 4 times.
yeah,
And
yeah,
he still comes and gets into bed with us, which I don't mind. It is a little bit annoying, but when they're all in bed, you're just not sleeping well. So
yeah.
I would say for the past probably 2.5 years, because as well, you don't sleep when you're pregnant, do you?
No.
So
No.
I would say for the last 2.5 years, I've probably averaged between 5 and 6 hours of broken sleep
Yeah.
a night, and I'm not a napper either.
Yeah.
But that being said, like I don't I don't really help myself. I don't go to bed very early either. But that being said, I think there's other ways which you can make yourself feel energized even if you've
Yeah.
not slept. So, like we said, making sure you schedule in that
Yeah.
bath or move. Movement
Yeah.
always makes me feel so much better. So even if it's just a few sun salutations, try and do a bit of yoga and stretching in the morning, or getting outside with the kids and walking, being out in the
Yeah.
fresh air. I think that's really important. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not in a sleeping stage of my life, but and I know how good sleep is for you.
Yeah.
So I do really know that I actually feel better since she's been born because I didn't sleep very well when I was pregnant. But
Yeah. Especially
I
those last parts of being pregnant. Like,
know
who does really? It's
so
just, yeah.
important.
So
So
tell
yeah,
me how, so for those who don't know then, so we've covered that you have three young children, but just how old are they? Because obviously you have a very tiny one, you can't see her at the
very
moment.
tiny one. She is here.
Yeah.
Um, she's 4 weeks old today, and
Yeah.
then I've got a little boy who's just over 2 and a little girl who's just over 4. So
Mm.
yeah,
You're in it.
we're in it,
You're in it.
definitely in it. But it's so much fun and it is going so fast. I know
Yeah.
people always say the days are long, but the years are short. And
Yeah.
I'm like, for me, the days are really short and the years are like non-existent. I'm thinking when I've got a little one that's going to school, but who can also like, we're singing the Spice Girls in the car yesterday. I'm like, how are you a little human?
Which song?
Well, I was teaching her the dance moves to Stop Right Now.
Oh, nice. Classic. Yeah.
Yeah, like trying to kick Frozen down the road a little
Yeah, yeah.
bit. And you've got teen
I
girls.
do. So as we said, I'm the opposite end of that. So I've got two girls who are now 19 and 17. So and in actual fact, yeah, it won't be long until they're 20 and 18, which saying that out loud makes me feel so much older. And in my head, I'm not. But you're right, though. It doesn't feel like long ago, where obviously there's 2 years difference between my two. So it was exactly as you were describing now. Like I felt like, I was pregnant, then basically had a small baby, then was pregnant
Mm.
again. And, both of them used to wake up a lot when they were little, and they were just these cute little girls. It feels like just, a couple of weeks ago, and all of a sudden, my eldest is now in the working world. She's not in education anymore. She has a full-time job, and that we've got cars everywhere because one drives and one is learning to drive, and it's just a
Different
completely,
days,
yeah, different era. Not as stressful in some ways, more stressful in
definitely.
other ways. But yeah, it doesn't feel like long ago when they were,
Yeah.
little cute things.
Um, Using just a few words because I'm conscious that we're going to run over, and I feel
Yeah.
like this in itself could be an entire discussion.
Yeah.
Um, Describe each of your children's births. So you go first on this one because
Yes, it was a while ago, but two very different birth experience. So yeah, I think this could be a whole other episode. But the first one was traumatic, um, very painful, and in hospital. The second one was at home, unexpectedly delivered at home, empowering. I felt amazing afterwards, and beautiful. I'm gonna describe it as beautiful. Yeah, really,
yeah,
two completely different experiences.
yeah, I'd say the same with all three of mine were really
Mm.
empowering. I think that's a really good way to
Yeah,
describe them. And I remember somebody saying to me before I had my first, um, "Oh, I've had two great births, and I found childbirth really empowering." And I remember thinking, "God, can it be like that?" And you
yeah,
know what I've been like with births. I've really deep dived into it in so many levels. I find it so interesting. But all of them have been empowering, and calm,
that's nice.
unmedicated,
Yeah,
actually. So that's yeah,
yeah,
that's probably the three words I would choose. But and I know that's really really lucky, and I know that is really quite rare. Um, so yeah, I feel grateful for that all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah. And the
Um,
fact that you're here 4 weeks later doing this is like a testament to that, isn't it? That
but
you felt great
feels really
afterwards,
good.
which is
Yeah,
wonderful.
it's yeah, and it's nice not to be pregnant anymore.
Yeah,
I spoke to a friend earlier who has recently had twins, and she was like, I am enjoying not being pregnant so,
yeah.
so much. And I was like,
I remember, and
um,
we'll round up in a minute, but I remember after having my second one, I remember sleeping on my stomach, like literally immediately. I was like, I just need to have a nap and laying on, and it was like the best feeling ever.
no matter how nice your pregnancies are, and I've been lucky, I've had three good ones.
Yeah,
With the girls, I was a little bit ropier at the beginning, but really, I've had good ones.
yeah,
Even then, you're still like, okay, I'm
yeah,
kind of ready for
yeah,
to not be pregnant now.
yeah.
How do you balance your hormones? That kind of leads on nicely.
So, again, opposite end to you, I am very menopausal. So, I had a hysterectomy in my 30s. So, I am about the right age to be menopausal, perimenopausal anyway. But I had a hysterectomy in my 30s. So, it was kind of thrown straight in there. So, it's been a bit of a wild ride, actually, where I managed for a long, I wasn't offered any HRT initially because of my age. And obviously, things have come on leaps and bounds then. I do have a little bit of HRT now, but I kind of dip in and out of it. I take some supplements to just kind of help calm and balance. And I try to move and balance my emotions and my body because my body has completely changed as a result of that as well. So yeah, a bit of everything. I'm not going to be that person that says don't get help when it's offered to you, just power through. But I do try to kind of go with what my body needs as well. And if all else fails, then chocolate, obviously.
Yeah, I know this is it, and
Yeah.
like I think if you spoke to any expert on how to balance your hormones, they would be like, well, just try and sleep more
Yeah.
and eat this and don't do this and do that and blah 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 blah. But you know, sometimes your hormones are guiding you
Yeah.
rather than you
Yeah.
managing them.
And how about you? Because obviously you are flooded with hormones at the moment, having just had a
I
baby.
mean, um, I feel really lucky that with both the girls, I felt very like balanced. Like you know
Mm,
when people go, oh yeah, she was really hormonal in her pregnancies, or I think with the girls, I kind of obviously the first bit you're kind of up and down, and then I feel kind of quite steady. And I have done postpartum with my girls. With my
mm,
little boy, I don't know if it was just different point in my life, or maybe it is something to do with boy hormones, but I was so much more hormonal after him, and it
mm,
again came out as like quite ragey. I was
yeah.
quite like annoyed and impatient quite a lot of the time. Um, and I know it's obviously still early days with Etta. She's a month old, but I do feel, yeah, I feel much more even and
Yeah.
leveled out than maybe I would normally. But I don't, yeah, really know. I do also try and supplement with herbal teas
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Um, so yeah, I mean, so far so good. It might be different when I'm not breastfeeding. You know, all of that
Mm.
plays a massive role as
And
well.
as we said earlier as well, you are super chilled, like at the best of times. So I think that's kind of like your level anyway. And
Yeah.
so I know that we will,
Do you,
deviate from
you know
that,
what I
but
do
your
find?
base level is pretty steady.
The only thing I do find is that I cry at
Mm,
the weirdest things, like, and not even cry, like, but my eyes just produce tears.
yeah.
So in the car the other day, I was singing along to Mary Poppins and just looked over at my little one, and we were singing the suffragette song. And in it,
Oh,
there's a little bit that goes um, about men, like, we like them individually, but as a group, they're rather stupid. And we looked at each other, and then I just started crying. I was like, why am I
oh.
crying at that?
Yeah. Yeah, but that happens. I mean, like, look, I cry on adverts. Like,
Adverts, oh, adverts, songs,
yeah,
driving along, seeing the view well up.
yeah, yeah, it happens.
God. Carry on. I
We're
don't
in touch with our emotions. There's nothing wrong with that.
know if it stops.
Yeah.
Does it stop?
Um,
No.
quick question. No, no. Well, you come out of it, but then you go back into it. So, quick question. How old are you?
33.
Sweet or savory? Is
Am I 33? 1992. Yeah, 34 this year. Six. Yes.
that
God,
right?
that's bad. You'll
Sweet.
savory, savory.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm 45 and I would be sweet every time.
Ooh.
It's my
That's a tricky
downfall.
one for me
It
because
is.
I am having pudding every night at the moment
Yeah. Yeah.
and a mid-afternoon snack, which
Yeah.
is normally a cake.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, if I had to give up one, I think I would rather give up sweet.
Oh, yeah. No.
Um, what training have you had in your chosen profession? And I know that you have had lots,
I have
as you
had
can
lots.
probably see if you're watching the video, and
Yeah.
there's certificates and
I am in a room of
bruh
certificates.
behind.
Um, so I'll go through very quickly. So I am a sports massage therapist and reflexologist. I've done extra training in kinesiology taping, and then I've also done my NLP master practitioner training along with my life coach training. There is some EFT tapping in there as well. I have done some training in lots of holistic wellness like Reiki and energy training. I've got my 200 hours yoga teacher training, um, add-ons to other things. So add-ons to my like CPD courses for the reflexology. So I practice with hot stones, which are really, really nice this time of year as well. Yeah, quite a few and some extra kind of again sort of CPD courses in the coaching and the mindset stuff that I do, kind of working on overcoming limiting beliefs and stuff like that. So lots of bits and pieces. And I've been in this business for 12 years now. So it's kind of been a continual process.
Well, it's like lived experience, isn't it? With
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
when you're in that
exactly.
field, it's yeah, seeing lots of different cases and working on their bodies or with their energy or whatever it might be that you're trying.
Yeah, and as my life has changed as well, as I said earlier with the COVID and whatnot and things like that, that was what led me to go into the coaching and the NLP and the mindset stuff. That I did some extra kind of sort of menopausal training because that's where my life was. So, it's kind of quite fluid depending on what's going on with my clients and with myself as well. And
Yeah.
how about you? Because we've obviously talked briefly, you've had different careers before this one, but now in the space that you're in at the moment.
I've been teaching yoga for about 7 years now, I think.
Mm.
And that all started with a 200-hour training, which
Yeah,
was a year long. And then off the back of that, I've kind of gone into trainings that are in more specific kinds of yoga and not necessarily the ones that I thought I would lean into. So when I first started practicing, I was 17.
mm,
And as soon as I started practicing, I was really into like the power and the um, really high energy practices. But I soon realized that actually probably wasn't what I needed to be practicing. And I found yin and absolutely hated it. And then it suddenly dawned on me I hate it because I really need to be doing it.
mm,
So I have done my yin training. I've done obviously my 200-hour training, and in that 200-hour training, we kind of explored lots of. It was called whole self, so it was a lot of different holistic practices, and there was stuff about nutrition in there as well. There was energy healing, blah blah blah. So you can kind of pick what you wanted to lean into. But for me, it was yeah definitely yin. And then recently, I've been doing more assisting and adjusting training, which I absolutely love. I love the body, and I love how yoga is like a little medicine toolkit for the body. So I've always been a mover. I think that the reason I kind of came to yoga was because my body was really suffering from running, and I was 17. I was like, I shouldn't be feeling like this. I really loved running. It didn't really love me.
yeah.
Um, so so yeah, that's kind of why I came
And
in.
having been in your yin classes, I love them. Like, and I actually like you, yin is not where I would usually go to. I usually quite like a hatha or a vinyasa flow, something where you're moving a bit more. But your yin classes are so fabulous. And again, I went to your classes before we actually worked together, and they were lovely. And we now have formed Rest and Rise, obviously, which we'll talk about in a moment. But when we do our in-person workshops, a big part of it is Zoe leading us through some really beautiful movement and some yin poses with the hands-on adjustments. And it's beautiful. It's like I think it makes the workshops. If they all it always gets a really positive response, and just the way about you is very gentle. And I know you talk through it as well, but also it's you have like a really lovely, calming, gentle.
Honestly, I could talk about it for hours because it is so interesting. But I know as well people don't come to just get like spoken at. So
Yeah,
I really have to pull it back. But it's when you start learning, and this is our practices are based a lot in traditional Chinese medicine. So when you start leaning into that and really looking into that, it's it's just so interesting, but also so obvious as well. It's like, oh yeah, of course that would help with this because it.
yeah.
Well, for me, I find it so.
We're gonna need to do several other episodes to dive into all of
Like,
this more often, aren't we? So very quickly, and this will be the last one. So why rest and rise? Why now? From your point.
I think now because I think we need it more
Yeah,
than ever. Um, I don't have time to get to a studio, and that for me is really frustrating. So I can only imagine that other women who are tight on time, whether it's from career pressures or from having children or just from life being like so overwhelmingly busy all the time,
yeah,
they don't have time to get to classes or to have a treatment or to um, log into a YouTube class that's an hour long and be tapping or whatever. It's got to be sort of bite-sized, short, and we couldn't really find too much of that in one place. So um, yeah, on a selfish level, I think it's just because I want it.
yes, I love
It
that.
doesn't
I
mean
want it too.
so yeah, and that probably goes for you as well, Emma. But yeah,
Yeah. So yes, for me, very similar. I want it, I need it, and I couldn't find it. And as we said, I've been doing the other side of my business, the physical stuff, for over a decade now. And through that time, it's evolved into me largely treating men and women with stress-related conditions and kind of hormonal imbalances. And we talked, Zoe, didn't we, when you were still more of a client of mine, about how we were just exhausted and
all the time.
didn't have enough time to do anything. And I treat so many people who are
With
just,
the toolkit as well, we would
yeah,
want to know
yeah,
what we should be doing, and we
exactly.
weren't doing them.
No, we weren't. And the thing is that we know what to do as well, because this
Yeah.
is what we do. But if you're not in this industry, you don't know what to do. And there are so many things that we've got within the platform that are actually so easy and don't take long at all. But if you don't know, you don't know, do you?
And
So
I think that's the other thing as well. It's like for me, it was always a real like ordeal to be able to practice online. I'd have to like find a space, roll out a mat, get
yeah.
my laptop up. It would be an hour-long class that you would have to pay for by
Mm,
the class. And it's like half of the time I would do 15 minutes of that class and it would be a live class probably,
yeah.
and then have to do something else like a nappy change
Yeah.
or the dishwasher or
Yeah.
like um
Get dinner ready for everybody,
yeah,
or
you
pick
know
someone up from school, or yeah,
yeah, or delivery man come to the like all those things. Whereas actually, um, to do a 5 minute breathwork
yeah,
practice from your phone on your AirPods when before you go to bed, like
yeah,
lovely.
yeah,
It doesn't
absolutely.
always have to be. Yeah, I feel it doesn't always have to be this like hour long,
No,
90-minute long
yeah,
practice, and then you feel guilty if you haven't actually completed
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Um, so yeah, that's what you can find on the platform, and I'm sure we'll deep dive further
We
into
will. We
all
will.
of that. But
So if you haven't found us already, you can find us on the socials at restandrise_, and we have a fabulous website, restandrise.uk, which you can find out more about our in-person workshops, and also find out more about the online platform that we have, where all of the things we've just talked about are available. But everything is generally half an hour or under. Some of them, as Zoe said, are literally just minutes long. So lots of practices and things that are easy to put in place for you within your busy day. We're going to leave it there because I think we ended up talking. It was longer than we thought it was going to be anyway, but we'll come back. We've got more questions that we'll dive into. And I think that just having this quick chat, we've realized that actually we've got more episodes that, like the birth stories and all of this stuff, that we can probably go into much
What
deeper.
we forgot, we're actually real chatters.
I know. We were like, oh, it'll be 20 minutes. And we've been like, but that's good. That's good for a podcast. Amazing. Well, listen, Etta has been a dream. She's been very well behaved. So I'll let you go. But thank you, Zoe, because officially you still are on maternity leave. So thank you for hopping on and doing this with us. And we'll do another one soon.
Very soon. All right. See you later.
Lovely to see you. Bye.